Good evening, everyone. My name is William Iannuzzi. I'm president of the Board of Education, and I'd like to call this meeting to order. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mr. Iannuzzi,
Here.
Ms. Barrios Brooks, Ms. Lewis,
Here.
Ms. Castellano Minaya, Ms. Clayton Fernandez,
Here.
Ms. Ross,
Present.
Mr. Single,
Here.
Mr. Vega, Ms. Williams.
Present.
A quorum is present.
Colleagues, can I get a motion and a second to go immediately into executive session to meet with District Council and discuss the employment history of particular persons, which may lead to the employment of a particular person?
So
moved,
moved,
Ross.
Williams.
Oh, second, Ross.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So we will be back to start the public session of the meeting around 7 o'clock.
Okay, you can do it? So look. You might even be able to, ooh.
Good evening, everyone. My name is William Iannuzzi. I'm president of the Board of Education, and we're going to reconvene the public session of the meeting. Colleagues, can I get a motion and a second to reconvene the public session of the meeting?
So moved, Castellano Minaya.
Second, Brooks.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Can we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Perfect. First item on our agenda is Board of Education announcements. Do any of my colleagues have any announcements they would like to make? Ms. Ross?
I just wanted to wish everybody a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa as we go into the holiday season. So wishing everybody a healthy and happy holiday season. Also just want to wish, I know during this board meeting we're voting on a whole bunch of retirees and wanted to wish our retirees and congratulate them on their retirement.
Thank you, Ms. Ross.
Just a quick thank you to all of the different community organizations in New Rochelle for working so hard to ensure that we have coat drives and toy drives and all of the different donations of service, time, meals, food, and support for all of our families in our New Rochelle community. I won't name all of them, but thank you, thank you, thank you for ensuring that every one of our students and families has a wonderful and joyful holiday season.
Good evening, New Rochelle. I just want to wish everyone a restful winter vacation.
Mr. Single?
Since we're here at Albert Leonard, to just give a shout out, I was here last week for the orchestra band, and we'll be back tomorrow for another one, and they were terrific.
Perfect. And one item I just wanted to mention, this past weekend, Albert Leonard students, the chorus actually sang with the singer Jessica Lynn in, I think, Peekskill or Poughkeepsie. But it's amazing to see our students being able to sing with some professional singers like that for the holidays. So thank you, Ms. Edwards-Thomas, for letting me know that. I appreciate it. All right, moving on, we'll go to our next item, which is the superintendent's report. So Dr. Reynolds, I'll throw it over to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. All right, so we have more people than that in the audience. Good evening, everyone. So to our audience members, I would like to welcome you to our board meeting this evening. For those of you who are watching at home, we would like to welcome you virtually. And for those of you who will be watching at a later date, thank you for visiting and for seeing what it is that we do here in the City School District of New Rochelle, even though you couldn't be here in person. I'm going to do my report backwards. Usually I start off with some announcements, and then I talk about our school closing. So I'm going to do this backwards. So for those of you who have children in our schools, please be reminded that schools will be closed as of Friday afternoon from Monday, December 23rd through Wednesday, January 1st, 2025. I can't believe I'm saying that already. And we will reopen on January 2nd with our regular schedule, weather permitting. And I knocked on wood. Please also be reminded that all district offices and buildings will be closed on the afternoon of Tuesday, December 24th. So we have a half day for our employees on that day. The district offices will be closed that afternoon and will reopen on Monday, December 30th. Offices and buildings will again be closed on the afternoon of Tuesday, December 31st, again another half day, and will reopen on Thursday, January 2nd. So for those of us who celebrate during this time of the year, I would like to wish you a very happy holiday season. In particular, the celebration that you and your family recognize, your tradition. And from my family to yours, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. When we come back, we are going to be a quarter century in to this century. I can't, that's, I remember Y2K and, buying all of those groceries because everything was going to shut down. But here we are, and I want to wish everybody a happy holiday. Please also keep in mind that if you are in a position to take care of someone who's less fortunate, don't hesitate to do so. All of the traditions, all of the holidays around this time of the year have that common theme of being the light for someone else. That is why it's called the Season of Lights. So please do not hesitate to help someone who might be in need. Now, for my report, we are proud to continue our tradition of holding a district-wide holiday art contest. During this holiday contest, we like to really focus our attention on the artwork and the talent of our young artists here within the district. Students district-wide were invited to submit their artwork for consideration. Of the many wonderful pieces entered, finalists were chosen representing each of our schools. The finalist submission were then voted on by City Hall staff, who were charged with narrowing the selection to just 6 winners. That work has been compiled into a greeting card that I will be sending to our entire school community later this week. I would like to thank all of the students who submitted their excellent work because we are so proud of you on a daily basis. I would now like to take an opportunity to invite a few of our winners who have committed to being here in person and recognize them. So for our winners, when I call your name and you come up and you receive your own personalized artwork that's framed, please stand here to the side so that we can capture this moment with a group picture after I've called everyone's name. So at this time, I would like to recognize Miss Lilia Van Lare, a first grade student from Henry Barnard. Now, Travis, you're going to have the hard job of zooming in on our artwork. Oh my, oh, wait a minute. No, come over here. Come this side. Firstly, wait, turn around. I'm going to say something. Before we even get to the artwork that's here, let's look at the artwork that's here. Let's give her a round of applause for her outfit. Lilia, this is your artwork. Congratulations. I want you to hold on to that and just stand over here, okay? Congratulations to Lilia. Next, we have Zalia Rivera, a 7th grade student from the Isaac E. Young Middle School. We also have Ms. Cheyenne Stevens, a 10th grade student from the New Rochelle High School. Next, we would like to recognize Ms. Alexa Lopez, a 7th grade student from Albert Leonard Middle School. Taking a look at this one. We also would like to recognize Ms. Alyssa Nask, a 7th grade student from Albert Leonard Middle School. And lastly, we would like to recognize Ms. Adele Scardovi Monnier, a 5th grade student from Daniel Webster School who could not be with us this evening. So all 6 pieces of art were compiled into our one vision that will be going out to the community. So this is what the compilation looks like, representing their artwork. What they have in their hands are their individual art pieces. And at this time, we would like to memorialize this with a picture of the artists and their artwork. So let's give them a collective round of applause, please. Congratulations again. So as a former HR person, you know, I don't usually highlight these things. We got to get our guys to step their game up. We recognize a lot of young ladies in their artistry tonight, so hopefully next year we'll have some male representation. But I am very proud of what was accomplished by these young folk, and I am equally impressed with their level of presentation and confidence in their art. So thank you very much for showcasing what is learned here in the City School District of New Rochelle. While we are driven by the education of our students in the instructional practices that are commonly recognized, math, science, English, social studies, we are also developing the entire child, artists, athletes, and activists. So we would like to thank again our students for presenting this artwork, and let's give them one final round of applause. And with that, President Iannuzzi, I relinquish the microphone to you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Dr. Reynolds, and congratulations to all our beautiful artists tonight. Next up on our agenda is the Albert Leonard Middle School presentation. So, Dr. Reynolds, I'll throw it back over to you to set the stage. Board members, if you can go down to the front row, take your mics, please.
As we have completed our transition through the board president and the Board of Education, I again would like to greet everyone in the name of the City School District of New Rochelle and welcome you to the historical Albert Leonard Middle School. This evening we're going to be taken on a journey of exploration of instruction, student growth, and adult attention to the instructional base that is necessary for our students to become eligible to attend the pinnacle of our school here in New Rochelle, and that is New Rochelle High School. So after completion of their learning and their trades here, they go on to New Rochelle High School. We are led by our school principal, Dr. Camille Edwards-Thomas, and she is going to walk us down a path of discovery as I ask her to come to the microphone and share with us all that takes place here at the Albert Leonard Middle School. Dr. Thomas?
Thank you, Dr. Reynolds, and welcome everyone to Albert Leonard Middle School. Good evening, Board President Iannuzzi, Superintendent Reynolds, Board Trustees, and members of the Superintendent's Cabinet. Welcome to Albert Leonard. My name is Camille Edwards Thomas, and I'm honored to be the principal here at this amazing school. This evening, you'll have an opportunity to experience just a snippet of life for our students here at ALMS. As always, we open with a musical performance by the 8th grade chorus led by Mr. Archie Manning.
No water in the water fountain. No sign on the sidewalk. If you say, oh, Molly here, what you doing there? Nothing much to do when you're going nowhere. Woo-ha, woo-ha. Gotcha. We're gonna get the water from your house, your house. No water in the water fountain. No wood in the wood stop. If you say, oh, Molly here, what you doing there? Nothing much to do when you're going nowhere. Woo-ha, woo-ha. Gotcha. We're gonna get the water from your house, your house. Nothing feels like dying, like the drying of my skin and lawn. Why do we just sit here while they watch us wither till we're gone? I can't seem to feel it. I can't seem to feel it. I can't seem to feel. I'll kneel the cold steel. You will ride the whip, you'll ride the crack. No use in fighting back. You'll sledge the hammer if there's no one else to take the flak. I can't seem to feel it. I can't seem to find it. Your fist clenched my neck. We're neck and neck and neck and neck and neck and no water in the water fountain. No phone in the phone booth. If you say, oh, Molly here, what you doing there? Jump back, Daddy shot a bear. Woo-ha, woo-ha. Gotcha. We're gonna get the water from your house, your house. Saved up all my pennies and I gave them to this special guy. When he had enough of them, he bought himself a cherry pie. He gave me $1, a blood-soaked dollar. I cannot get the spot out, but it's okay, so we're so far. You can't come and dig my well. Like without the water, it's a burning bell. Suck me up with your homegrown rice. Anything make me look nice. Tipples on me when, and a 2-pound chicken is better with friends. A 2-pound chicken is better with two, and I know where to find you. So listen to the words I said, let it sink into your head. A vertigo round and round and round. I'm warming the bed. How did I get ahead? Ooh, thread your fingers through my hair. Fingers to disappear. Give me a dress, give me a dress, give me a dress. Hey, hey, listen to what I said. Sound like a floor bouquet. A lyrical round and round and round. Okay, take a picture of the last whole day. Run your fingers through my hair. To disappear. Give me your head, give me your head, give me your head. Hey, 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 hey. No water in the water fountain. A floor bouquet. A lyrical round and round and round. No side on the side.
Thank you, Mr. Manning and the 8th grade chorus. Thank you to our students and their families for staying with us this evening to share a lovely day with everyone. Thank you. I know Dr. Roberts is going to be watching my time. So as the students transition out, I would like to introduce our amazing team at Albert Leonard. As always, Albert Leonard aligns itself with the mission and vision of the school district. We do the best work with our children that we can. We support all of what happens in the district, but here is Albert Leonard is a special place, and we'll have an opportunity to talk a little bit about that today. A brief overview of our agenda for this evening. We had our students, we had our welcome, and we're moving on to our CRSE goal, high expectations and rigorous instruction for all students, featuring our tech education department. If you could start to make your way to the stage. In the meantime, then we have our tenure presentation, and then we'll have questions and discussion. In the meantime, you get to meet our team. My favorite picture here, we have Mr. Colin Smith, assistant principal, Elizabeth Alvarez, our other assistant principal, Ms. Kristen Muccio, our dean of students. We have our other amazing administrators at Albert Leonard. We have Ms. Clara Reyes, her first year, our first board meeting for her. Mr. David Lumen, Humanities Department Chairperson, Ms. Julie Verville, Science Department Chairperson, and Rana Hafiz, Mathematics Department, and those two ladies support both middle schools. Thank you for being here. So before we get into it, we really always show the demographics of our school. And the thing that's important to note about Albert Leonard is that it is a very diverse school community. We have 1,014 students, and our school community reflects the rich cultural and racial diversity of New Rochelle. Hispanic and Latino students make up 35% of our population. White students account for 34%. Black African American students, 22%. Asian students, 6%. Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander, 1%. Two or more races, 2%. American Indian, Alaskan Native, 0.2%. In addition, 5% of our students are English language learners, and 18% receive special education services, just to give you an idea of the population we have at Albert Leonard. Our diversity is one of our greatest strengths and allows us to create an inclusive and welcoming environment where every student is valued, supported, and celebrated. Our differences make us stronger and more connected as a school community. This year, we are excited to shine a spotlight on one of our outstanding departments. In line with our student learning and superb staff, we're shining a light on our tech education department this year. We have Mr. Stephen G. May, the G is very important, Dr. V.J. Montgomery Giles, Mr. Walter Grosner, and Joseph Estrema. As part of the elective wheel, technology education allows students to explore problem solving, design thinking, and real-world applications of STEM concepts at each grade level. These opportunities help students develop critical thinking, creativity, and the confidence to pursue advanced learning in careers in technology and engineering. Our technology department, a team of dedicated and passionate educators, provides students with engaging hands-on projects that bring STEM to life. Tonight, they will share more about their work to inspire curiosity, innovation, and collaboration in our students. To begin, I'm pleased to introduce Dr. V.J. Giles.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas, and good evening all. The 6th grade technology education program at ALMS provides all students with an exploratory experience in STEM, which is an acronym for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. We also expose them to college and career awareness opportunities. Students are also introduced, believe it or not, to physics when we teach them about Newton's 3 laws of motion. They learn about and use the engineering design process to design and engineer several projects, including the cotton ball launcher, straw rockets, paper airplanes and jets, and a paper roller coaster, just to name a few. We also offer the 6th grade the opportunity to explore computer science related to college awareness and career opportunities. Last week was the National Computer Science Week, Computer Science Education Week, and this week we are focusing on the National Hour of Code event. Students are using coding skills and AI, which is artificial intelligence, to complete computer science activities to round out this year. Thank you for your time, and now I will introduce Mr. Grosvenor so that he can talk about the 7th grade experience.
Good evening, all. I'm here to talk about the 7th grade technology program, and our program for 7th grade focuses on exposing our students to pre-engineering concepts centering around our STEM initiatives. One of the main focuses is on alternative forms of transportation where systems other than fossil fuel reliant vehicles are explored. As you can see on the roads today, you see a lot of electric cars, but there's other alternatives as well. The highlight of this exploration is where the students brainstorm, design, and build their own prototypes of magnetic levitation vehicles, hence maglev cars. To assist with the designing of these vehicles, our students are introduced to a CAD program that allows them to learn various engineering and architectural drafting standards. Once these vehicles have been fabricated and tested, the students are allowed to analyze them and collect data such as time, distance, velocity, and acceleration, which can then be graphed and plotted and compared to determine the most efficient designs and materials being used. So learning these concepts prepares our 7th graders for an introduction to engineering, which Mr. Streamer now will share with you.
Good evening. 8th grade students explore various topics and apply their developed STEM skills towards projects throughout the year. Our first topic focuses on electricity and basic circuitry, in which students design and build their own electronic quiz boards. Students wire each of their questions using their own wire made from aluminum foil and tape. As they test their circuitry, they learn the value of good wire construction and connections. Our second topic focuses on 3D printing fundamentals. Students design a series of projects such as keychains, marble mazes, and LED houses. Each board member has been provided with a keychain, which I would like to thank my student Robert for designing. This unit has been a multi-year effort in the making, requiring the assembly of each printer, dedicating a permanent location, creating the logistics and workflow, as well as creating a coherent curriculum. I would also like to thank our BOCES technology staff and electricians for their assistance in helping us bring this technology to our students. Our final topic of the year has students build a balloon-powered car where they gain the necessary knowledge and experience to transfer to our capstone project that many of you are familiar with, CO2-powered dragsters. These projects allow us to discuss many concepts and have been an ALMS tradition for some time. As students see the track set up in the hallway and hear all the excitement at the end of the school year, they always ask us when they'll be building their own. Our own Ms. Crescente still holds an impressive record year after year, and we thank her for allowing us to showcase her dragster. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. May to speak about our after-school clubs and the YES program. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to thank Dr. Reynolds, the Board of Ed, and Dr. Camille Edwards Thomas for telling us it was okay to come up the stairs and not have to take that crazy step. At my age, when I bend down, I look for other things to do while I'm down there. As an extension of our great technology day in our great technology department, we have a variety of after-school activities and summertime activities that all fall into the same category as STEM activities for the children. We'll start out with our 2 dynamic Lego robotics clubs that consist of about 60 kids. They meet twice a week, and we have competed in Mid-Hudson qualifier tournaments for many years now. I'm going to say probably going on 15 years, and many times we have won the Core Values Award, which is related to teamwork, which is a great testament to the children here in New Rochelle. One thing I have to say is, you know, we work in such a diverse community that all the children in these schools will be successful no matter where they go in the world in life, because they've been accustomed to working with all types of people in all walks of life in their regular education. And that has helped us in winning those Core Values Awards. Very often, the students that are so busy with this program on Wednesdays and on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we many times have to talk in conjunction with the main office because our kids are missing buses or late for buses or whatever it be. And whether it's the yellow school bus or the Liberty Lines bus, there are never anyone that wants to leave. They all want to stay, and they want to know if they can sneak in the back door after we're done or whatever it be. So it's a great testament to the kids because they really do love the program, and they give Mr. Grosvenor and I, the 2 sponsors of the program, the burst of energy and agility that we need to continue to stay up and keep up with them. Every year, the first Lego League, which is a national association, selects a challenge for the kids to do. And it's a 4-part challenge. As I said, there's a core values, an engineering report, a robot game board tournament, and an innovation project that the kids all have to do, where they have to select something related to the challenge that is a problem, and what can they do to solve that problem. And this year, we were very fortunate in the sense that the challenge this year is related to oceanography. And one of our students in our club has a father who is a professor at SUNY Maritime College in New York City. And we were able to connect with him. And just a week and a half ago, we had a 45-minute Zoom conference with all the kids, all the 60 kids in the group, and the 3 professors from SUNY Maritime about marine life and oceanography. And they helped us immensely because the problem that we're trying to deal with in the kids selected was they would like to construct a submersible that can take human life down to the deepest depths of the ocean safely and examine and analyze and collect data that will help the rest of the world in so many other ways. So it's a great initiative on the kids' part. They really are pulling through and coming forward with a lot of wonderful, wonderful questions for these professors, and these professors enlightened us greatly. It was a great experience. In addition to the Lego Robotics Club, we also have an engineering club that meets 1 day a week, has about 25 students in it. And as you can see, we deal with all types of mechanical, all types of energy, whether it's hydraulics, pneumatic, mechanical, electrical, whatever it be. And the kids work on different projects every semester dealing with a specific type of energy. So they're learning many different facets of things. And I have to say, one of the things that makes me and Mr. Grosvenor and the rest of our department very proud is we've had a number of students who have gone on to engineering careers and come back and spoken with the kids. And it's a great, you know, you worry about your legacy as a teacher. Well, we see the students and the successes they've had. We have no problem with that. And we're going to show you a video right now that is kind of contagious. It shows you the excitement that the kids are involved in. And this is a video of a tournament that we went to in Sleepy Hollow High School a number of years ago. In fact, 3 of the kids on this team are now studying engineering at RPI in upstate New York. And this challenge this year was called Animal Allies. And what the children had to do was they had to build and program a robot to go around a game board and perform as many missions as possible in 2.5 minutes. And the missions that we accomplished, you know, we're only going to show you one or two of them, but one of the missions was a cow milking station, where the robot had to be programmed to push a cow milking station to certain parameters and certain positions for milk to be ejected. If they went too far, cans of manure were ejected instead, which removed the scores that we got for coming out with the milk cartons. If you would. That's the robot the kids built. I'm sorry you didn't hear it, but there was audio attached to it too. But the kids were yelling, yes, 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 yes. And as it got past and did the first cow milking station, they started screaming, yes, yes, even more. As you noticed, the robot was spinning around. One of the missions right behind the cow milking station was a panda that was locked in a cage, and the mission was to unlock the cage and let the panda out. And the kids practiced for days, months even, to try to get that cage open and allow the panda to come out, to no avail. We were having a hard time trying to do it. So they decided, let's do this mission, and end with the cow milking station, and then we'll just let the robot spin around and do a victory dance, and we'll show everybody how happy we were. Well, while the robot was spinning around doing its victory dance, it hit the panda cage, opened the door, and allowed the panda to come out. So all of that thinking that we were doing was just off the cuff. It worked. And lastly, there you go. Lastly, we would like to speak about the YES program, which is an acronym for the Young Engineers School. I have had the distinct honor of being the project leader for this project. It's been going on now for 17 years here at Albert Leonard. We have a NASA, thank you. We have a NASA affiliation that we acquired way back in 2011 with the help of some professors from Columbia University. We co-investigated and wrote a grant that awarded the North School District $400,000 at the time in order to do a whole slew of science experiments and science things across the district. So that gave us the ability to put our little NASA logo on our shirt. This is a program that started with 20 kids way back in 2008 for 2 weeks one summer. It was before there was even such a thing as a STEM initiative in any of the schools in Westchester County. So we were ahead of the game already at that point. And it caught on so quickly that within the first 2 years, we were up to 4 2-week sessions in the summer and about 140 to 150 students a summer. And it's been continuing like that, with exception to the 2 COVID summers, in that same capacity where we've had between 100 and 140 kids each summer. And throughout those 17 years, as I had said earlier, many of our students have gone on to engineering careers. We have students that are head engineers in Amazon working in their robotics division. We've had students that have become project leaders on civil engineering projects like the Goethals Bridge in New York City. There have been many, many different programs that really honor us as teachers and how well these kids took on and learned. And when our thought way back in 2008 when we began was it's never too early to expose them to STEM and engineering activities. And it fell right into that. They fell right into it. They loved it and continued with it and moved forward. Throughout the years, I also like to thank Mr. Estrema for all the effort and time that he has put in. Hopefully he will be the heir apparent when I do finally decide to pack it in with the YES program. With that in mind, most of you probably know already that this is my retirement year. This is my final year here at Albert Leonard. And I am planning to retire in June, but with the approval of the Board of Education and hopefully the approval of the Board of Education and the principal and the administrators in the school district. And as long as I promise my wife that I will do the things on the retirement list that she's compiling, I would like to remain the project leader for the Summer YES program for at least this summer and maybe years thereafter. at which point Mr. Estrema will take over and become the project leader, hopefully. Again, thank you very much, and we are all blessed to have worked in, I am blessed to have worked with such a great group of students. Oh my God. That's a before and after. That's a nice experience. 46 years is a long time. It's, almost 50 years. And I have to say, I would be lying if I didn't tell you I was a little bit nervous about this next chapter of my life, especially since I think I'm going to begin every morning at 8:40 standing out in my front yard looking at the flag saying the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you very much for your time and effort.
Thank you, Mr. May. So don't go anywhere so I can say some nice things about you before you walk away. So 46 years, I wasn't even born then. You weren't supposed to laugh that loud. Relax. All right. This June, we bid farewell to Mr. Stephen G. May. There's another Stephen May in the district, who is a cornerstone of the Albert Leonard Middle School community and a beloved member of the Technology Education Department, as he retires after an extraordinary 46 years of service to the City School District of New Rochelle. Mr. May's contributions to the education are nothing short of remarkable. Throughout his career, he has inspired generations of students, igniting their curiosity for STEM and pre-engineering. His passion for teaching, unwavering dedication, and ability to make learning both engaging and accessible have left an indelible mark on our school. Whether guiding students through hands-on projects, building maglev cars, or introducing CAD design, Mr. May has fostered creativity, problem-solving, and innovation in countless young minds. Beyond the classroom, Mr. May's mentorship, kindness, and leadership have shaped the Technology Education Department. He has been a role model for colleagues and students, always leading with humility and genuine love for teaching. We are deeply grateful for Mr. May's decades of commitment to excellence, his steadfast belief in his students, and his invaluable contribution to our community. As he moves on to this well-deserved next chapter, we honor his legacy and his profound impact on Albert Leonard Middle School and the city of New Rochelle. Mr. May, you will always be part of the ALMS family. Thank you for everything, and we wish you all the best in your new journey. We'll give you your flowers now. Thank you, Mr. May, Dr. Giles, Mr. Grosvenor, and Mr. Estrema for showcasing the outstanding work happening in our Technology Education Department. Please give them a round of applause. As you can see, technology education at ALMS is about much more than building projects. It's about developing critical thinking, creativity, and problem-solving skills that our students will carry with them into high school and beyond. These lessons encourage students to take risks, collaborate with peers, and engage with real-world applications of science, engineering, and design, all vital skills for success in a rapidly evolving technological landscape. Our tech ed teachers are not only fostering students' curiosity, but also laying the foundation for high-level STEM programs available at New Rochelle High School, such as the science, research, or architecture programs. By introducing concepts like the CAD design, 3D printing, circuitry, and physics at the middle school level, our students enter high school with confidence and readiness to engage in advanced coursework and extracurricular opportunities. I want to emphasize how proud we are of the work our Tech Ed department does to create pathways for all students, regardless of their background or skill level, to access and explore the world of engineering and innovation. Whether through in-class projects, the robotics team, or summer programs like YES, these opportunities are shaping the next generation of leaders, innovators, and thinkers. Now, we shift gears Get it? Gears, technology, okay. Gears, to recognize and celebrate a few of our incredible staff for reaching the important milestone of tenure. Their dedication to our students, their teaching craft in our school community is deeply appreciated. It is my privilege to begin with Miss Lena Arboleta. Please make your way to the stage. Come on up. So fun fact, Miss Lena Arboleta was one of our students at New Rochelle High School while I was at New Rochelle High School. So full circle. Ms. Arboleta is a highly skilled and dedicated educator who brings a deep understanding of her subject area to the classroom. Her instructional planning is thoughtful, responsive, and student-centered, reflecting her commitment to meeting the diverse needs of her learners. Through well-structured lessons, Ms. Arboleta integrates teacher modeling, collaborative group work, and progress checks to create an engaging and productive learning environment. Her use of standards-aligned tasks and real-world connections ensures that students not only master the content, but also see its relevance and application. Ms. Arboleta's classroom is a place where students feel encouraged to share ideas, collaborate effectively, and actively participate in their learning. She incorporates research-based strategies such as thought-provoking questions, hands-on activities, technology integration to engage all learners. Her ability to differentiate instruction creates entry points for all students to succeed, fostering both confidence and enthusiasm for learning. Ms. Arboleta is a Spanish teacher in our world language department. Ms. Arboleta also contributes beyond the school day. She's led initiatives such as the Girls Leadership Conference and the Youth to Youth Club, providing students with opportunities to build leadership skills and serve their community. She's also played a key role in building-wide social and emotional learning activities, helping to create a supportive and inclusive school environment. Over the past 4 years, Ms. Arboleta has demonstrated her dedication to student success, her collaborative spirit, her passion for teaching. Her impact at Albert Leonard is evident in her students' growth and meaningful connections she fosters within our community. Let us congratulate Ms. Arboleta. So next, I call back to the stage Dr. VJ Giles. So Dr. Giles is one of our tech ed department teachers, and she's now also achieving tenure at Albert Leonard. Dr. Giles is a collaborative and innovative educator whose lessons provide students with opportunities to make meaningful cross-curricular connections, such as linking the scientific method to engineering design process. Her hands-on projects allow students to explore STEM concepts in ways that are both accessible and inspiring. As a role model for women in STEAM, Dr. Giles brings a unique perspective that encourages students, particularly young women, to see themselves as future leaders in science and technology. Her expertise, calm demeanor, and ability to build strong relationships with students and colleagues have made her an integral part of the ALMS community. Through her commitment to excellence and her passion for empowering students, Dr. Giles is helping to prepare the next generation of innovators and problem solvers. Her contributions to the tech ed department and the school community have been transformative, and we are proud to recognize her with tenure. And it matches your outfit. Congratulations. I now invite Ms. Millicent Lee, Director of Pupil Personnel Services, to present tenure to our next recipient.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. So it is my pleasure to recommend Allison Guiney for tenure as a school psychologist at Albert Leonard Middle School. Allison has been an invaluable asset to our school community, demonstrating exceptional expertise, professionalism, and a deep commitment to supporting our students, families, and staff. Allison provides critical support through assessments, counseling, and the development of effective individualized interventions. Her ability to approach each student with empathy and precision ensures that they receive the academic, social, and emotional care necessary to thrive. Her thoughtful and compassionate approach has built trust among students and families, making her a highly respected member of our community. Beyond her direct work with students, Allison's leadership extends to the District 504 Committee, where her insights help guide decision-making to advocate for fair and effective accommodations. She consistently engages in professional development, collaborates with colleagues, and shares strategies to ensure our entire staff is equipped to support students' diverse needs. Allison's dedication to success, her leadership, and her collaborative spirit make her a truly outstanding school psychologist. Her work has had a profound impact on our school community, and we are confident her tenure will further strengthen both Albert Leonard Middle School and the district as a whole. At this time, I would like to turn it over to Dr. Edwards Thomas. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Guiney, your flowers. Congratulations. Thank you, ladies. This concludes our presentation. I am so proud of our students, our teachers, our staff who exemplify excellence each and every day. A heartfelt thank you to the Board of Education, Superintendent Reynolds, Dr. Roberts, and our entire school community for continued support of Albert Leonard Middle School. We look forward to building on these successes and creating even more opportunities for our students in the years ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Thomas. Do any of my colleagues have any questions or comments? Ms. Brooks?
Thank you so much for that really detailed and just fascinating presentation. I don't really have any questions. I just have two comments. One, I really appreciated your thoughtful remarks for those who received tenure this evening. It was really great to get to know them a little bit better in their work, and your pride in them was evident, and we all share in that pride and congratulate you on the achievement this evening.
Thank you.
And in the same vein, but even kind of maybe a little extra special, Mr. May has changed the lives of countless students in this district, even those who don't go on to careers in STEM or technology. That my daughter participated in the summer program, and the sense of belonging and the sense of kind of that small group, and especially coming from a small elementary school to a larger middle school, the YES program allowed her to feel like, oh, I have a place here and I can solve problems with the people here. And those are skills that go beyond the technology. Those are really human skills. And she just raved about working with him and was really disappointed when he wasn't her teacher for tech ed and things like that. And it's one student, but so many, I mean, I can just tell you, everybody I know, they're like, oh my God, I missed the YES deadline. My life is over. My kid's gonna kill me. And that really is just a legacy that we can all really just be so happy that our kids had to experience. So I wanted to say thank you on behalf of so many families in the district.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brooks. Ms. Lewis, then Ms. Ross.
As someone also who just dropped something, went to Albert Leonard, congratulations first and foremost to everyone. I still have the little car I designed to race down the hallway. So my brother and I, who also went here, still talk about it. So again, just to pivot off of, not pivot, but to add on to what you're just saying, even if you don't go into the sciences, you still remember all the things that you did here at Albert Leonard. And a question for, not for today, but I'm wondering like if we know how many continued to our high school to do something similar and then move on. Because I think it would be just a testament to all the work done here to say, like, we actually know, like, how many students start here and then end up in the sciences by the time they're even applying to college. Like, they're interested in applying to science programs. I think would be fascinating, because I'm sure that there's a correlation. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Ms. Ross, then Ms. Clayton.
So I also have very similar experience with my daughter and the YES program. And she just did it. She was a rising sixth grader, so she joined this year in sixth grade. And I have to say, the whole summer she complained about that I had signed her up for the program and why she had to do it. And after the first day, I heard no more complaints at all for the next 2 weeks. And instead, she came home trying the different experiments and had continued that thereafter during that summer program. So yes, it was just a great experience. And thank you to Mr. May for, I think, the energy that you just bring to that classroom for those students. And then Dr. Edwards-Thomas, I want to commend you on, I've had 3 kids now kind of go through the school, one who started and was here during COVID, and now I have one here. And you've really made great strides, I would say, with just the community and the spirit here at Albert Leonard over the years. And I have to say that my children, their experiences have gotten better over time. So it's those intangibles that it's hard to really sort of put your finger on. But I really do feel the difference just from my kids and their experience being here. So I have to commend you with the work that you've done over the years being principal here at this school. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ms. Clayton.
Hi, yes. So 3 of my children graduated from Albert Leonard, and I have their projects in my office still. But Mr. May, it's extraordinary human being. What's exciting is all of the spirits that he touched, moved, and inspired to take a stand in technology, whether you were a girl or, an athlete guy. It was just never. It was always the cool thing to do, to be part of his excitement. I would also say that it's a credit to our New Rochelle that we have gemstones like that, and we know how to keep them. We know how to honor them and let their light shine. I'm just really proud to be a resident of New Rochelle when we have teachers like Mr. May and Dr. Campbell, and just an incredible group of teachers who are really working so hard to make school exceptional. And, adulthood comes so fast. So to hear the singing, oh my gosh, I just feel like the arts and everything at this level in the middle, the middle experience of school, this is the fork in the road, and well done.
Thank you.
Ms. Williams.
Thank you, Dr. Camille Edwards-Thomas, for the presentation, and thank you to your team, and congratulations to the tenure recipients and also the technology department and to Mr. May. Last week we were at Webster School, and this year we're here, and it's just amazing with the students. You can really hear the maturity in their voices. So New Rochelle, when I attended, I was really into the arts, and I'm really happy to see that that legacy is carrying on. Thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. Myself, I am also a proud graduate of Albert Leonard, a class of 2006. So I actually, I had the pleasure, Mr. May, to be in one of your classes, and like Ms. Lewis, I still have my drag race car. It was a red, white, and blue Rocket. I believe I came in second place, so I remember that to this day. So thank you very much for your dedicated service to this district, and everyone that received tenure tonight. Thank you so much for everything you do for us.
Thank you.
Do any other of my colleagues have any questions? Yeah.
I have a quick question. You already know how much I appreciate you. I hope you know that, not just here at the board meeting, but just every day, from the moment you walk into the building and you're greeted, every single moment, whether it's a Saturday, evenings, before school, there's always something going on here for our students. It is a safe, welcoming, supportive place where every single child, no matter what their passion, their talent, their untapped genius, they feel embraced. And I'm so proud of all of the collaboration of the staff here. I'm so excited too that even though my Camila is about to go to 9th grade, Cecilia will be here, and I'm thrilled that I'll get to spend more time as a Albert Leonard parent here with all of you. My one question that I'm thinking deeply about is how important STEM careers are and STEM opportunities are, even in the earliest grades, pre-K on, and how do we make sure that particularly students, gender, students with disabilities, multilingual learners, that they too can have increased access and see themselves in these clubs, in classes, as we're preparing them for high school. So I know we've made so much progress, but I am curious just to hear an anecdotal update on where we are with that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
That is why we chose to focus on this particular area this year. Our technology department is for all students. All of our students experience this. Mr. May made mention of it, but he didn't really share that in terms of even the after-school programs, the teams, the clubs after school, we have late buses that carry our students home so that they're able to take whatever type of bus they take, whether they're special education students or gen ed students taking the late bus, they're able to have access to the clubs. So this is one of our programs that has the most diverse populations of students participating. So it's something that we're very proud of here. All of our students that attend Albert Leonard, including our life skills students, take technology. So that is one of the experiences you have if you come to Albert Leonard, is you're part of this particular community in Albert Leonard. So it's something that we are proud of. These teachers are able to differentiate at a level that would be astounding to anybody to see what they're doing with these huge tools and all of the power machines that are going on, and they're still managing all of the different children in the room at the same time and making sure everybody has access and has an opportunity to feel engaged in the work and feel proud of what they're working on in that space. And they're safe. They're safe. They have big machines in there. It's very exciting in that room. I hope that answers your question. Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Castellan. Dr. Reynolds, I guess I'll throw it over to you to close.
Thank you very much. To our leadership here at Albert Leonard Middle School, I would like to thank you for, and not just the leadership, to all of our partners, all of our employees here at the middle school. I would like to thank you for bringing to life everything that school is supposed to be on a daily basis for our children. If you were to succumb to what's being listed on social media, what's in the news, what's in everybody's whisper everywhere, you know, that middle school is failing our children, that this is the most rowdy place on earth, that, you know, students are managing the building as opposed to the adults, you would feel that if you came here on any given day, you would not experience the greatness that is actually taking place. Tonight we saw the ends of the rainbow, right? We started off with the arts. We started off with our students singing to us. And you know, I can't carry a bucket of water, much less a tune, right? And then we talk about all of the avant-garde learning that we are doing as it relates to technology, as it relates to sciences. When we talk about being in or coming into 2025, our normal experience for middle schoolers was my dream as a child, right? We did not have these opportunities in a school. And look at what we have today. Every one of our middle schoolers here at Albert Leonard have an experience with technology and sciences, preparing them for their future, because many of them are being prepared for professions that aren't even created yet, right? By the time they walk out of our high school, there will be a brand new profession that they're prepared for because of their experiences here. So thank you very much, and thank you for your leadership down that path.
Thank you, Dr. Reynolds. Thank you.
So with the permission of the board, we're going to transition our attention. This evening, we are going to receive a presentation that will be led by our Assistant Superintendent for Business. I always say business and operations, and this is the main reason why. Many of us may not realize that we have a consolidation of services within our business office. And this evening, we are going to be introduced to some of the services that are offered, but also some of the innovation that is being provided to our students, our faculty, our staff, and our families as they come into our buildings. Our Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Leal, is going to be joined by several of our directors. In particular, our Director for Technology, Dr. Anastasia Georgatos, our Director for Security, Ms. Lisa Marie Newkirk, and our Director of Facilities, Mr. Keith Watkins. We are going to walk down a path of discovery of what our consolidated services, our facilities, our technology, our security looks like here. But also, I would like to preemptively state that a lot of the information that we're going to be providing this evening is a 1,000-foot view, particularly because much of the information as it relates to these departments are protected by safety and security for our students and for our operations. So with that, I'm going to turn the microphone over to our Assistant Superintendent for Business, Mr. Carlos Leal.
Good evening. I will be short so that we can get to the magic of tonight, which is these three amazing folks. So I will just, again, set the context, which of course all of the work that we do is aligned to our vision, mission, our equity statement, and a true belief in supporting the whole child. Also, our alignment to the strategic plan, and more specifically, our collective work as we actualize our goal to maximize resources and operational efficiencies to provide and support the delivery of high-quality education, because we know that we're partners in that. So here are just a reminder of the 5 objectives that are in our strategic plan, and I'll just highlight very quickly, setting the stage, that we collectively support 7 elementary buildings, 4 secondary buildings, a maintenance building, City Hall, 1.5 million square feet, and 80 acres. And to put it in that context, that's a lot of space. And so some of the collaboration highlights I'd like to share with you before I pass the baton is that this team has coordinated temporary entrances to support the phase 1 of our capital project as we're moving towards building our, oh my Lord. Our vestibules, excuse me, I have a very fuzzy head today. Upgrading the security command center at the high school, and you'll actually see a slide of that, or actually if I go back, it's right here on the left-hand side. Updating classrooms, the command centers at the middle schools, outfitting computer labs, and they meet monthly as cross-functional team with vendors to make sure that the folks who are coming to service our buildings and are in alignment with what we need them to be, because these are the experts, not those folks who are coming in. Conduct annual 911 security protocol testing collectively, and then coordinating the parent reunification plan. And we're much farther ahead than many other places in that, and Lisa will speak to that. So I just wanted to kind of set the stage of these individuals truly are amazing, and they are in constant communication with one another trying to figure out how they can support each other. And I think tonight will just kind of speak to more of that amazing work that they do. So I'd like to pass it over to Dr. Drozatos.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start my section of the presentation by introducing the full technology team. I think it's something that goes unnoticed sometimes, how many people put forth the effort to make things work in this district. So on our first slide, we have the district team, mostly works at a city hall. Beyond that, we have our lyric technicians who come to work every day and are part of the district themselves. On the instructional side, we have our ITFs, and they help day to day in the buildings. They're all assigned to a building and do everything they can to make the building function as perfectly as possible, supporting the curriculum, the students, the teachers, and the staff. And we have our library media specialists, again, one in each building, 2 in the high school, working with the students day to day, working with the staff, the teachers, creating projects, doing everything they can to incorporate technology into the lessons that they're doing in the buildings. All this to say that it takes the entire team and our collaborations with other departments to make things work successfully. By having a fully one-to-one program with Chromebooks, we're able to support computer-based testing. And we move digitally for the PSATs, the SATs, the ACTs, and some AP exams. So we have the ITFs that help in the building with these exams. We do trainings with these exams. Technicians help support each and every exam, make sure everything works. We also do professional learning on the data dashboard and how to maintain and take these exams. As far as technical supports, we've deployed over 250 smartboards in the last 2 years to help students be able to interact with their curriculum. We've helped digitize the registration process, and we're there to support all the events to make sure parents and the community members are able to go online and digitally register for those different applications and lotteries. We work with family engagement to provide the software they need, the technical support, and we're part of the summer learning program with the software, hardware, and anything the students or staff may need. We support the Saturday program for Saturdays, and we create the podcasts, digital videos, and social media that you guys see floating around out there. We plan the moving up ceremony in collaboration with facilities, security, purchasing, and the business office in general. We support each of the PAVE performances and all the other events that happen in the district. On the more of the operational side, we support our onboarding process and are there to provide information during the new teacher orientation. We helped secure the onboarding software and supported that in any way we could, in addition to moving the ID distribution to City Hall to make that more of a seamless process. In terms of safety, we've updated our entire phone system. We made it so that we are current with our laws and our classrooms match our extensions. We help maintain student data privacy so that we're working within the laws of Education Law 2D, so each and every student in this district is protected. We secure cybersecurity insurance and make ransomware insurance, and we digitize all the forms. We currently have 57 digital forms that we've created throughout the district across the various departments. And lastly, we work on our IPAs, which is the leasing system through the Lyric in order to get the hardware we need in the district. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Watkins, Director of Facilities.
Good evening. President Iannuzzi, Vice President Barris Brooks, board members, Superintendent Reynolds, thank you for the opportunity to present this evening. Thank you to all my colleagues in technology and security for your ongoing and continued collaboration and support serving our students, teachers, and community. So facilities in a nutshell, here's the team at central office. A lot of folks don't know. They say, well, I didn't know your department was that big. But you can see we have 109 full-time staff, 38 part-time for a total team of 147. The first slide showed 1.5 million square feet. I I think that's a little bit low, but I know we're really close on that. But this is why we have the staff that we have, and they do an amazing job. One of my favorite quotes is, train people well enough so they can leave, but treat them well enough so they don't want to. And I think being here almost 8 years, and it'll show in some slides that we're in a much different place than we've ever been. We have such a talented staff. The things that we can do in-house, the things that we complete now without thought. We don't even really need some of the preventative maintenance reminders in our work order system that we have electronically, that we put these things in that remind us of not only the mandatory and regular things, but just the regular PMs for brakes, filter changes for indoor air quality. Those things I just see are happening more repetitious and without thought than needing a reminder, and that tells us we're headed in the right direction. Some of the key collaborations, again, professional learning, indoor air quality master class, healthy indoor environments in schools. What those two are, those are 2 Department of Energy classes that took more than 20 hours to complete. Our 3 district HVAC technicians, all of our plant managers and our custodial staff all participated in that. When I gave them that homework assignment, you should have seen the blank stares I got. You want us to do that and do our job? They all completed it, they all passed it, they all now have the 20 singular certificates plus the N certificate that collaborates all those things together as a program from the Department of Energy. In-house projects, if you've been to City Hall lately, you've seen some work happening there, maybe just a little bit in some of the departments with the renovations, remodeling. Also, we had to build 5 additional special ed classrooms throughout the district. Amazing spaces. Sometimes we get all the information up front, we have time to do it. Sometimes it's like, hey, what are you doing next week? And we get these things done based on the need, and it's a very collaborative effort. And again, our team is so talented now. 90% of our maintenance staff, our painters, our carpenter, our electrician, our plumbers, they're all working right now. They're here on second shift. Didn't always used to be that way. It was on days we were very limited in what we could do to our student teaching, the focus of teaching and learning. They are all now on second shift. We are completing so much work behind the scenes. It's extremely incredible. NYSERDA, New York State Energy Research and Development Authority. These are some pretty cool and exciting things that you may or may not know about. New Rochelle received a little over $540,000 in grants for extensive energy audits. And currently we have money to support a 1-year on-site energy manager who is working with our HVAC techs, our electricians. They're here at night, they're here during the day to see patterns, how we're using electricity. And we're excited about the data that that's gonna bring back to us as continual phases of grants come. These energy audits will then align us to go to step 2 or phase 2 and also apply and receive additional monies to then implement a lot of the energy saving measures. So really excited about that. Some of the new stuff I'd like to acknowledge first in the audience is Ms. Mia Bowdry. Mia, could you wave? She is our new Sustainability and Environmental Coordinator. Right now it's a 0.4, 0.6 position, but we're hoping to fix that this year. Mia has done amazing work. Green Schools Initiatives, the Science Fair, the Green Schools Fair, everything that you've seen popping up, she's the driving force behind that. I can't take credit. I'm here to support her. Keeping her contained a little bit is probably the biggest challenge for me. So happy to have her. She's been a great addition to the team. Also, Demand Response Grid Awards. Last year we received a check for $24,000. We added the additional schools, so we're looking probably closer to $40,000 this year, and we hope to keep that as an annual and repetitive receipt. Crystal and Taylor, why don't you guys start making your way up? So some of the other key collaborations, lessons learned from COVID, those 2 little blue machines you see might not really mean much to you, but we have those throughout our district now. Hypochlorous acid, it's salt, water, and electricity, creates a disinfectant, creates a general purpose cleaner. We have those in every building. We're never gonna have to wait for a truck. We're never gonna have to worry about lead times. We're never gonna have to worry about breaking down boxes and in the environment and throwing things away. This is a chemical that we fill our auto scrubbers with, we clean with, we disinfect our surfaces with. It's Green Seal approved, WolfSafe approved. I'm going to talk about our foundations program in a minute. Our foundation students use this product every day as they help us clean our high school. we have some pretty amazing internships, and the Board of Education was gracious enough to recognize, I think the person that Superintendent Reynolds was going to call me, Carl Thurnow. You might have heard his name before. You guys were great and recognized him in creating an internship. Emily Lopez, who completed that over the summer, unfortunately couldn't make it tonight to some other obligations. But Emily was great. She worked in our office. She was with us all summer. Expecting to hear if she was accepted in many of the colleges that we helped her write some essays for. Certified Pathway senior internships in architecture, engineering, facilities management. We had 3 students from the high school to earn their CTE, Career and Technology Education credits. 2 of the 3 agreed to come and speak tonight, so I think we did something right, because who's going to give up being home from your first semester in college and want to come to this and talk to you folks, right, when they could be out with their friends and enjoying some home cooking. So that tells me we were on the right track. So first I would like to introduce Crystal Jimenez.
Good evening. I'm very happy that I was presented with this opportunity for this internship last year, because I entered college with kind of a fear, trying to see whether or not only if the major that I chose, which was architecture, was the correct one for me, but as well as trying to figure out how I would be able to network myself, because that is an important step in the college procedure. However, this internship opened up doors for me. I genuinely am so happy that I came into this internship, because I was able to, like, even with my peers or professors, I was able to explain and have fluent conversations with them about the specific things that we learned in this internship. So I'm very grateful that I was able to participate in this internship.
So next, and before he comes up, Taylor Rett. And what's funny is Taylor shows up, we're getting caught up in the crowd. He sees Miss Breslin back there. He goes, "Oh, I had her for English," right? So there we go. So yes, he did. So then Mr. May gets up, and what does Taylor say? Everything that a lot of you folks said. I remember the car I made. So just to add that to what was said earlier for the Albert Leonard presentation, there's no guess. It is happening. People are going on, and their successes can be contributed right back to this place right here. So Taylor, your turn.
For me, the internship helped me decide, make sure I was gonna be happy doing architecture in college, where I'm studying at Alfred State College, because I didn't know, it showed me how many jobs there are out there that use architects and things like that, because I feel a lot of times when you're studying it and you're just making models and then you're designing stuff, when you finish with it, you think it's done, but the facilities management team really showed that buildings have a life afterwards, where people are working on them and improving upon them for a long time, which creates more jobs for architects and people who are designing things. So I found that was very helpful, and it was just very informative overall. You learn a lot more about buildings that you don't think of, because I remember I was reading in a book one day, and it's talking about what was it called, smoke sections or something like that, where you need doors in schools for certain hallways and stairways, in order so that if the building catches on fire, smoke doesn't travel throughout the entire building. And then I was immediately able to think of that, oh, so that's why these doors are here and stuff like that. So it really helped show why certain things are in the building that I didn't realize before.
Thank you both. Appreciate your time. One of the things that'll be interesting is I mentioned Sophia Gulla, who was the 3rd student who couldn't make it tonight, but part of the 16 weeks and 4 hours a week they had to spend with me, or we also let Joe Crianza, our plant manager, Richard Smith, our HVAC technician, they would shadow them if they couldn't make it to City Hall after their day at school ended, and they showed them the boiler room and the chiller room, and they learned a lot that way too. But one of the interesting things is I gave them each a copy of the Columbus proposed parking lot and gave them 3 choices. And I made them pick one choice and tell me why they thought that was the best choice out of the 3. And it was pretty interesting to see their responses and how they came back. And I'm happy to say that the overall choice and reasons why is what you will see come to fruition at Columbus. And those 3 students have a little bit of their own stamp on that, so that's great. Can we show that video real quick, the link? Thank you. So the last piece of this for me, the foundation students at the high school. This is a school to work program that I've helped initiate in other districts. And when I brought this to the table, I was met with amazing support from Maureen Avion and Cynthia Malit. So if you want to go ahead and play that. So with that, unbelievable. So I was fortunate enough to attend the SAIL culinary program last week. 2 of these students were there not only showing their skills in the kitchen, but they're also doing this during the day as well. And I don't know if you noticed that they had facilities teachers on with badges, so they are a part of our team. They are so well respected and brought under the wings of many of our permanent staff. That what they do outside, it is such a blessing to this department, and what they're doing is making a huge impact for us. So they're incredible individuals, and we actually have 2 students who have graduated through the program and high school and are currently part-time employees in our cafeterias every day. So that's great. So last 2 slides are just really kind of an update for the current $29 million project that we're undergoing. We are expecting to start construction within the next week or so. Hopefully we'll have you guys get some contracts in front of you. We've got everything settled, ready for you to see. You should have something soon. But here's a timeline for phase 1. Some of those dates will change a little bit based on actually when we get started, but the good news is everyone still feels comfortable with some of the secure vestibules, whether it's in phase 1 or phase 2. The secure vestibules, even though we're going to be under construction, they will be returned before the end of the school year, so they will get utilization before the end of the school year. So a lot of this stuff will come to fruition very quickly. A lot of this is not intensive work. Some of it is going to take a little while, but some of it we're going to see a quick return once we actually get started. So again, with that, and speaking about secure vestibules, I'd like to turn it over to my colleague, Lisa Marie Newkirk. Thank you. I just had to give you one of those. Thank you very much. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good evening, Dr. Reynolds. Good evening, Mr. Iannuzzi, cabinet members and board members. Tonight was nice. Thank you so much to the staff at Albert Leonard for the amazing presentations. That was energizing and reminds me why I love doing the job that I do to protect learning. All right. An eye towards security. Key collaborations, I think, is a good way to start this. My sister and brother team have been amazing in ensuring that we protect learning and also safety and security operations. Again, my name is Lisa Marie Newkirk. On my team, we also have the Assistant to the Director of Security, Robert Bynum. He is actually one of our community members. He's also a parent here in the district, and he's also a member of our district-wide safety team. Also, the Assistant to the Director of Security, Roosevelt Scott III, very strong with school operations. He's planted at New Rochelle High School and can manage a team single-handedly quite often. Assistant to the Director, Donald Ross, 33 years here at Albert Leonard Middle School, is retiring. I'd like to wish him and his family a warm retirement and thank him for his dedication and service here. Our principal clerk, Linda Jacobs, handles all of our administrative operations at the school. We have our in-house project manager, Mike Farina from Altaris. He is keeping us in compliance with all of our New York State education guidelines, ensuring that we're drilling, ensuring that our plans are up to date and submitted in a timely fashion. Congratulations to all 4 supervisors that were recently upgraded to security supervisor. They add a layer of structure, supervision, and also hopefully create aspirations for opportunity for the other staff members who often are here as early as 6 in the morning and here till about 9 p.m. on average. And that doesn't count the nights when they're at proms and celebrations until 1, 2, 3 a.m. when their parents get them. I also want to say thank you to Anastasia and the Assistant Director of Technology, Dante Santora. He has been so instrumental in supporting our team with tech-related matters in terms of bridging that gap with security and technology. Following the lead of our district leaders, the security leadership team also created a vision and mission statement. The New Rochelle Security Leadership Team is committed to ensuring safety and security for our entire school community. We inspire trust and build partnerships, both internal and external, that empower a safe learning environment. By implementing dynamic safety mechanisms, state-of-the-art technology, and strategies, the New Rochelle Security Leadership Team strives to make the City School District of New Rochelle the safest school community in the region. So one of the biggest projects that we've done recently with my partners, the Director of Technology and Facility, was to go district-wide to each school building and perform lockdown training. This was a partnership with our internal departments as well as our external partners, NRPD, and also New Rochelle Fire Department. We went over emergency response protocols. We were able to get feedback from the police department and also the fire department on our processes. We were also able to test the functionality of the lockdown system. We went over best practices that include best practices for what to do in an emergency, as well as what parents should be doing during an emergency in our school buildings. We've also partnered with Student Support Services. They have contracted out youth mental health training. We've had up to 90 of our staff members experience this training that supports with identifying a student in crisis and knowing how to properly refer them. We are also experiencing CPI training. That's the Crisis Prevention Institute. They support us in learning de-escalation techniques, proper holds, and also intervention skills. Dr. Joyner and her team has come to deliver training on fair process and engagement with students as well as staff. It was very enlightening and engaging for our staff to experience. She had also delivered content on code of conduct so that our security staff had a chance to engage with that work. It has been an honor and a pleasure to serve on that committee with Dr. Joyner and the team. One of the things I'd love to note is how powerful that civility statement is. I think that they're not just words, they're really ways of being to live by for every person. We have partnered with our Human Resources Department as well. We engage in employee welfare as far as wellness checks and ensuring that staff and employees are doing well. We also support them with investigations. We have recently had training for our supervisory staff on administrative functions and capabilities so that our supervisors and our assistants to the Director of Security also get the skill set to learn management and technology. We also experienced a training on legality and the use of physical restraints as it pertains to district policy as well as New York State Education Department rules and regulations. I'd like to give a special thanks to Chief Andy Sandor from the Fire Department, as well as Mr. Hensler, who delivered Narcan training to our staff. They trained general school aides, as well as nurses and counselors on the proper use of Narcan. Also gave us supply, posters, training material, and it was a good thing because we have a fentanyl epidemic across the country, and we want to be properly prepared to address that. So our security staff and other staff members have that training. Our Protect team providing, I always do this, providing response of today's evolving child together. I never forget it unless I have to say it in front of everyone else. But I think it's just such a powerful acronym for our team. Our team has a conglomerate of board members, fire department, city. We've recently expanded to have First Student and other stakeholders on this team. The more voices we add to this team, the more robust and granular we can get for our emergency response planning, particularly when it comes to parent reunification, which is a big, big undertaking. one good thing is that New York State Education Department partnered with the I Love You Guys Foundation, and those materials are already prepared. The operations guide is available to us, and most of their materials are free of charge. So this is an extraordinary new thing. We also want to highlight that July 1st, 2025, there will be a new emergency response protocol in place of lockout. It will be secure lockout. Having that word secure inserted before the word lockout kind of separates so that folks don't get confused between a lockout and a lockdown. So that was something that we were looking forward to prior to the partnership happening. So we're excited that we have the whole kit and caboodle that we can review and go through with our district-wide safety teams, our building emergency response teams, so that we are properly prepared for an emergency. Just recently, we had an emergency planning meeting that included the superintendent, cabinet. We had our partners from Alteris do tabletops, and we had stakeholders from the food services group to transportation to our directors of technology and facilities present so that we can all learn and know what our parts will be in an event of an emergency. Finally, I'm excited to announce that in fall of 2025, we will issue 3 college-bound students $2,500 worth of scholarships. I want to thank the board members, Ms. Williams, Ms. Lewis, and Mr. Iannuzzi for your support with that student fundraiser that we had back in, I believe that was December. It was an amazing event, and we are happy about that. I'm excited about the ways in which those students will earn the scholarship. It'll be 2 for students who have remarkable transformation during their secondary education. And so they would have showed great respect and honor for the code of conduct and civility, particularly by the time they are reaching that college-bound experience. The 3rd scholarship will be issued to a student who shows, they'll have creative license to do a presentation on emergency response protocols that they could potentially deliver to other students so that we can inspire student engagement and responsibility around emergency response protocols and so on. So I'm excited about that. And so I think for now, that is it for security. Any questions? Oh, no, not yet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to turn it back over to Carlos Leal. Oh, and because I have a mic, I can't help it. Just one look at you, and I know it's going to be. Yeah, I think that singing always helps.
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that. So I know that we just shared a lot of things, just like a list after list after list, but I think it just goes to show all of the work that's being done behind the scenes in support of our students. So we're grateful that we had a chance to provide you a chance to learn or hear more about the work that's being done in our division, and that the strategic partnering and the strategic thinking that's happening behind the scenes with these folks and our community collectively is certainly going to make a difference. And it's all in service to safety, efficiency, and a strong foundation so that our pedagogical professionals can just focus on teaching and learning. So thank you for the opportunity to share our work with you this evening.
With that, President Iannuzzi will take any questions from the board.
Perfect. I actually have the first question. It's mainly for Keith. Can you just give us a really quick update on the $106 million bond? Is that all completed yet?
Yep, so I can give part of it, and Carlos can give another part of it. So everything from that is done. We're in closeout phase, so final cost reports, which have been started, they trickle in. You no longer have to wait. I think Carl explained this a lot too. You don't have to wait to the end of the project. When you finish a phase or you finish a project, you can start to close that out and you can start to get your aid sooner. But that 106, we have closed out the last piece. It's just documentation and waiting for dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and getting the 48% aid that we get here in New Rochelle.
Thank you. Do any of my colleagues have any questions, comments? Ms. Williams?
Thank you for this infrastructure collaboration between technology, facilities, security at this board meeting, our last board meeting for the 2024 year. Thank you very much, and thank you to you and your teams for all that you're doing for the City School District of New Rochelle.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Williams. Any other of my colleagues? Seeing none, I'll throw it back over to you, Dr. Reynolds, for closing remarks.
Great. Thank you very much to our Assistant Superintendent and our directors for that collaborative presentation. There's so many things that are occurring on a daily basis, I would even say on a momentary basis, that we don't realize takes place in order to facilitate a safe, secure, and up-to-date environment for our students to learn effectively and efficiently. And without this team, without this leadership that was present here tonight, we would not be able to facilitate that type of an environment. So let's give them a round of applause and a thank you for all of the work that they do and for their team. And with that, we're going to transition our board members back. We're also going to set up the podium with a microphone so that we can have any public comment coming from that area. And we are going to be prepared for the remainder of our agenda for this evening.
Before I read my public comment statement, we currently have no one signed up for public comment. Would anyone in the audience like to sign up tonight for public comment? Okay, seeing none, we're going to move on to the next item, which is liaison reports. I have one quick liaison report from the Green Schools Committee, so thank you, Ms. Bowdry, for all your hard work as a sustainability coordinator. So as Mr. Watkins mentioned, we were chosen as one of just 60 energy champions nationwide to participate in an energy efficiency program run by the Department of Energy. Director of Facilities Keith Watkins and Sustainability and Environmental Coordinator Mia Bowdry are currently participating in that program, and they'll be engaging with the New Buildings Institute and Lawrence Berkeley National Lab to receive 6 months of resources, training, and one-on-one expert advice tailored to the district's sustainability goals. Topics also include strategic energy management, project development, and funding pathways. We had our last Green Schools Committee in October, and focused mainly on our last Green Schools Committee was in November, and we focused mainly on presenting the results from the October visioning exercise meeting. Attendees were asked to share about their vision for environmental education in the city school district. Some common responses we saw were introducing district-wide curriculum around water cycle, climate change, waste management, having hands-on learning experiences, encouraging field trips and nature walks, working on waste management with food scraps, composting, improving recycling in schools, and the single-use plastics ban, and also increasing student involvement in these types of decisions. On the topic of student involvement, Ms. Bowdry is working on the development of a Sustainability and Environmental Civic Action Committee, which would meet monthly and be composed exclusively of students from grades 5 to 12 to focus on district-wide sustainability concerns. And then Ms. Bowders also reached out to all of the green team leads in the district to encourage them to submit grant applications through the New Rochelle Fund for Educational Excellence. And the deadline is January 4th for that. Are there any other liaison reports from my colleagues? All right, seeing none, we're going to move on to consent agenda personnel resolutions. Colleagues, can I get a motion and second to approve consent agenda for personnel resolutions number 25-227, 1 through 1, number 25-228, 1 through 7, number 25-229, 1 through 8, and number 25-230, 1 through 3, according to the recommended action for each item?
So moved,
moved.
Ross.
Second, Clayton Fernandez.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next is consent agenda general resolutions. Colleagues, can I get a motion and a second to approve consent agenda for general resolutions number 25-231 through number 25-232, according to the recommended action for each item?
So moved, Brooks.
Second, Ross.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Our next meeting will be Tuesday, January 7th at City Hall in the board chambers. Colleagues, can I get a motion and second to adjourn the meeting?
So moved, Williams.
Second, Brooks.